Okay, Rabotai, good morning. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi John. Rabotai, I want to do with you today a halacha in Ibn Ezer in Siman Chav Gimel in Halacha Aleph. We started speaking about it yesterday. If there's such a concept by Hotzuat Zer Levatala by women. According to the Sefer Torah Lishma, we concluded yesterday that there's no such a problem. Nevertheless, Rabotai, we're going to see today that according to the Arizal, also according to the Sefer Ben Yehoyada, he says there is a problem. There's many opinions on this thing, and it's not a pashut thing, Rabotai. But from the Mashma'ut of the Shulchan Aruch and Ibn Ezer, he says, Asur lehotzi shechot zera levatala. It is forbidden for a person to waste semen in vain. Ve'avon ze chamur mikol avirot shebatorah. And this sin is more severe from all the sins in the Torah. Rabotai, listen to the language that the Shulchan Aruch says. Lefichach, therefore, lo yadam dash bifnim ve'zora mibachutz. So you shouldn't have a person that when he's with his wife, he's having relations with his wife, but he's not completely finishing the job within her, but rather he is planting outside of her. That is not allowed. Then the Shulchan Aruch says, "V'lo yisa ketana she'ena ru'uya leled." The Shulchan Aruch also says that a person should not marry a minor who's not fit to have children because we don't want it to be in a way zer levatala. From the mashmaut of the Shulchan Aruch, we see from over here that really the whole prohibition of hotzuat zer levatala applies to men because he's speaking about men. And then also in Halakha Bet he says, Elu shemin afim biyad. I don't know how I should say this, Rabotai. This is Torah, something we have to learn. These people, Rabotai, that they go and they do adultery with their hands, if you guys understand what I mean.
Why is it adultery?
I'm saying that, they play with themselves, whatever you want to put it. Okay, it's not so partial to say just like that, Umotzi'im shechazera, and they take out the seminal emission. Lo dai lahem, it's not enough for them. She'isur gadolhu, that is a great prohibition. Eila shehaoseh zera, but rather anybody who does this, biniduyhu yoshev. He sits in excommunication. Who excommunicates in Menachem? Can you tell me? Where to a bedin can excommunicate anybody? Today people don't listen to who you think they listen to rabbis today. One woman tells me, Rabbi, she got divorced. Correct, let her collect from the ketubah, correct money. She go to Bezdin. The Bezdin said, pay up. He said, have a nice day. What do you think they listen today? So where's the excommunication over here? Rabotai, you have to understand, even though there's no excommunication today by Bezdin, Hashem excommunicates people. Therefore, his tefillot are not heard. He has no barakah in his life. That's why he's getting excommunicated by Hashem. V'alahem ne'emar, and on them, on these kind of people, it says, Yidechem damim mal'u, your hands are full of blood. Uki'ilu haraga nefesh, as if you killed somebody. In Halakha Gimel, he says another halakha. Asur la'adam shikshe atzmo l'da'at. It is forbidden for a person, to get himself, excited. Or yavi atzmo l'dihirhur, or to bring himself to bad thoughts. He says if chas v'shalom rabotai, a person has bad thoughts, im yavo lo hirhur. If he's going to have bad thoughts, yasiya libo midivre havai lidivre Torah. Move your heart from nonsense to Torah. Torah is going to be able to push that away. The Rambam says, Rabotai, a person who has no Torah, if you're not thinking about Torah, you think about chas v'shalom other things. Now, why am I saying this, Rabotai? We see from over here in this halakha in Simon Chav Gimel halakha Aleph Bet Gimel, all these things apply really to men. What about women? So in the Sefer Ve'elam U'Michshol, he says, Rabotai, it's a very big problem also by women. It's a very big problem also by women. If a person is walking right now in the street, or you have people that go to the beach, or forbidden places, parties, mixed parties, and you have women over there that they started dressing up today, you guys know how. Right? And we know that guys, when they look at them, they can pat salt and they can spill semen emission in vain. Do we have that same problem by women? If a woman is on a beach now and she sees a guy who's diesel, hi Ephraim, does she also have bad thoughts? Can she also have this problem?
Definitely.
You're right, you know that you're right. It's a very big problem. This prohibition of lo taturu acharei acharei nechem, people think it applies only to men. It also applies to women. Who said your wife is allowed to look at other men? Or today's even worse. Today you have women that they look at other women. And somehow, somehow rabbis permit the whole mixed seating business. I'm not even speaking about mixed dancing right now. People that do mixed dancing on Machtet Rabim Rishayim, they have no portion in the world to come. But what in Miljon, they put on a kippah. And they have money and they support shuls. Tova alehem kalala. Kako te bracha bring, idiot. Bracha. Kalala. Rabotai, why am I saying this over here right now? Listen what the Arizal says when it comes to a woman to taking out Zerah Levatala also by a woman. Even though we saw yes according to the Torah Lishma, we saw yes clearly also like from the Ibn Ezer, from the Rambam, technically there is no problem. There's what to rely on.
So woman can self-pleasure.
No, chas v'shalom, I didn't say that just now. Come over here, Ephraim. You come over here, Ephraim. Ephraim, come. I need somebody to be my... Guys, don't do that. Don't do that, chas v'shalom. Speak to your rabbi, Ephraim. Why are you making this kind of halachot over here right now? Ay. Mihu, however, he says, Rabotai, matzinu l'Rabbeinu Arizal. We find in Rabbeinu Arizal Shekadav that he wrote, the kemoshi yutziim hamazikim min ha'adam hamotzi zera levatala. Just like we find by a man that if chas v'shalom Rabotai does zera levatala, he creates mazikin, he creates demons. Kach gam ha'isha, so too by a woman, bor'a mazikin below ish. So too a woman could also create the mazikin without a man. If you guys understand what I mean.
I don't understand.
I'm not going to explain. I ain't going to elaborate. Nevertheless, he says, Gam l'divrei Arizal, ein bezeh pegam b'kidusha kimo b'shal ha'ish. Nevertheless, according to the Arizal, the blemish in a person's holiness is not the same way by a man. How do we know that? Why didn't the Arizal say that women also have to do the tikkun for Zerah Levatala? He never spoke about it. So from there we see Rabotai, even though they create mazikin, nevertheless, it doesn't take away from their kedusha. Rabotai, he says over here, look into the Sefer Ben Yehoyada in Masechet Nida on page Yud Gimel Amud Aleph. He says over there, Rabotai, brings a result, and he says, this what we just said right now, he says, comes out like this, he says, V'im ken if so nimtzad comes out, שגם הנשים מצוואות שלא להשחית הזרע שלהם ולהוציא לחוץ. Women are also commanded, Rabotai, not to destroy their semen. Just like men are commanded, women also have to be careful. Come, Ephraim, come, read this, Ephraim, this next piece. Ephraim, I need somebody to read, I'm serious. You know what's sad? This is Torah, we have to learn it.
Rabbi,
This is being kadosh. 1 second. I don't know what to do. 1 second, Elon, 1 second. No question. I don't want no question. I don't want no question. I don't want. This is hard as is for me to say it. Ask your local rabbi. I am not your local rabbi. If I would be your local rabbi, you would be here all day learning Torah. Okay. Rabotai, Rabbi Chaim, you want to say this or no? I don't know how to read it. Says the Ben Yehuda, he says like this. Valachen, therefore he says nira. He says it seems. Rabotai, I don't know. I'm gonna skip this. I can't.
If anything will edit it, just go. Having children, can you shoot?
It's not about skipping. It's about Torah. Torah we have to learn. Even the Gemara says the students would go underneath the beds of the rabbis to see how they would have relations. It's Torah. It's just people take it the wrong way. People misunderstand this whole. They misconstrue.
Why are you skipping?
It has to be taught.
Why are you skipping?
Don't worry, if anything we won't publicize it, just put it out.
Ephraim, come. I'll tell it to you. You say it. Come. Come, Ephraim. Don't be scared. You bagels and coke. Come. Bagels and appetizers. Come. Rabotai, bottom line is like this. I'm gonna be at. I'm very short. I'm gonna read it in Hebrew. Whoever understands Hebrew, good for them. Not and then English, you guys can understand yourself.
Say English, I'll say it in English.
There's no English. V'lachen, and therefore, Niri says it seems. The Ben Yehoyada, the Ben Ishchai says it seems. She'im habala oseh mishmush biyadav be'oto makom shel isha derech schot v'hitarurut ta'ava v'dai gorem la bezeh hazera levatala. V'ika isur shel hashchatat zera k'mo shekadav Rabbeinu Arizal. If Rabotai, yeah, you guys understand, correct? If אתה תגיד, תבוא תגיד, מה אתה פוחד? תבוא תגיד.
If he does finger
Yeah, חס ושלום, yeah, okay, fine. He says, according to the Ben Yehoyada, he says there's a problem.
hand penetration.
So, Rabotai, you have a very, very big problem. Even though we saw yesterday from the Torah Lishma, from the Rambam, from even the Shulchan Aruch, even Ezra, from the Tur, there's many poskim Rabotai, they're going to tell you it is not a problem, but the Sefer Ben Yehoyada says it is a problem. Rabotai, there is much more to speak on this topic. I'm going to shorten it. He says, look into the Sefer Ben Ishchai in Pikudei, in Shana Rishona, Od Yud Gimel. He says, therefore, Rabotai, women also, when they say Kriya Shema al Hamitah, they should have the kavanah that they want to kill these mazikim that they created from Hashchatat Zer al-Batala. They should also have the kavanah. Just like we, when we say Shema, we have the kavanah to destroy these demons, so too the woman should also have it.
What's hashchatat?
Hashchatat Zer al-Batala, to destroy the semen in vain. He says like this, Shikri Shema al Amita mo'ila gam li isha ba'avur zera yutze b'meno machmat ribui ta'ava shemetorer ba. He says the Kriya Shema on the bedtime Kriya Shema also helps the woman for this that chas v'shalom she had Zer al-Batala come out from her. Rabotai, he says, look into Shud Yabir Omer in Chalek Tet Simon Tzadik Vav. He goes over there to say if you're allowed to be lenient and rely on the Torah Lishma. Rabotai, in all of these subjects, it's not like we think like we live life today in Hefkarut, ownerless, we do whatever we want. In everything, Rabotai, we have halachot as usual. Please consult your local rabbi if you're allowed to do it or not. I want to just conclude with one question. I read it, I guess in the other part. We spoke about, right, if chas v'shalom, if a person's allowed to kiss his wife, right, in that place. So somebody comes up to her, not one person, people came up, you're allowed, you're not allowed, right, because the Rambam says you could do whatever you want. It's like a piece of steak. When you buy a piece of steak from a butcher, what do you do, Emil John? What do you do? I can't tell you how to have it, right? So it's yours. So the Rambam says you could do whatever you want. However, the Shulchan Aruch says clearly, it's asur. So he comes to, what do I do, Rabbi? What do you mean, what do you do? Well, I'm your rabbi, I'm not your rabbi. Ask your local rabbi, Rabotai. I'm learning over here with you Torah. Do not chas v'shalom take things out of context. Always consult your local rabbi because this is really netzach nitachim, your eternity, your parnasa, your haslacha, your bracha. You do not chas v'shalom want to be able to create mazikim. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen. Rabbi Chaim Igal, Baruch Hu. Lezakot Israel.